He is the Eggman. Cuckoo Cuckoo.
Yep.
Good old
We
Mike
have
Pollock.
full confirmation.
Not even the man like him will give up the Eggman for anybody.
Well, at least people are still egging him on.
Yep. Which I'm okay with that. And right away we're starting with one of these. Welcome back to Pathless, and we're starting right away with one of these puzzles where we can't use Franklin. We gotta find a way to shut off the corruption. If this is my way to the one true path, then it is my way. So all these people are talking about something called the one true path. My hair grows gray. I
Would
hereby
that
consecrate
be-
myself to the glory of the God Slayer.
Would that be a pathless path?
I mean, again, more on that later. So someone known as the God... So these guys were worshipping something known as the God Slayer that would topple the tall ones, aka, you know, gods. And from there, their plan was to, I guess, carve their own path, carve a path for humanity. But anyway, the goodie I need is all the way up there, so I need to start climbing my way up there. But yeah,
Start flapping.
just kind of, yeah. So I guess in order to kind of draw, draw forth some conversation, because I am not against it. I apologize if the last session had me get a little short with you all about that. I am fine. No, I'm not fine. No, but I am actually fine. But yeah, we did get confirmation that although it seems like so from what I gathered, like it started with Roger, but then apparently there are other voice actors who are leaving just in solidarity of wanting to leave with Roger.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of.
Like, I heard
That
something
was-
like
that was
that was
my-
why Amy's voice actress, or why other people.
That
that's
was
what I
my
heard.
guess as to why.
Okay.
Like, it was a guess that they were leaving in solidarity.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's just the timing was too good not to, assume that. But otherwise, yeah, no. Like, so far we know that Sonic's actor, Amy, and Tails's are pretty much gone now. And, well, I'm not sure how much further it's extended beyond that. But, I mean, again, it's nice to know that, in a way, we're sort of mirroring, when Roger and those guys got their start, considering Eggman's still going to be there, though everyone else is going to change.
I unlocked a shortcut by going near this thing.
Though that does also make me wonder if they'll still keep Orbot and Cubot in spite of all that.
They were pretty much the same. They were pretty much the same actors all the time, weren't they?
I mean, since they're aside from Orbot, he still had his one time as Sass.
True.
Hold on, I gotta check.
Oh, you're looking it up? Okay. Okay, and then...
Oh, yeah!
Oh, I had a lot of trouble with this back in my first playthrough. Yeah, now just go up here.
I don't see anything that Wally is leaving the world or anything.
We're
like that.
down. Okay, well, I mean, I'm fine with that then, and there we go.
I mean, the only way to find out for sure is when the next big game comes out, which, I mean, I know it's still more or less speculation at this point, but should we go ahead and talk about it, or just leave any sort of, leaks out of these kinds of conversations?
We need conversations, so I'd say let's go with it. And that one dude, as I told you about the other day, was... he did have some credibility to his stuff, but I would say... How about this? Like, try to phrase it, like, definitely try to avoid phrasing it as a for sure thing, like, guys, buckle up, it's coming.
Basically all you need to know is that the guy that more or less got the whole Super Mario 3D All-Stars and, Super Mario 3D World ports... The guy that pretty much leaked all that well ahead of time, more or less got all that right. He is pretty much on the scene again, and now talking about the possibility of us getting not only a new 3D Sonic game in the form of Sonic Adventure, more or less correlating with all the people thinking that a Sonic Adventure remake might be happening, but also has mentioned that there's a possibility we'll also be getting a 2D Sonic game, sort of like Sonic Rush, as well as a new HD Sonic collection.
Which I'm not against, nor do I think a lot of people are against, because that is something that
No, I'm
fans
definitely
would
not
like.
against. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not against that. I actually really like that.
I mean, I personally think that, despite all the re-releases Sega's been doing with some of their other brands, I do think we're kind of overdue for another sort of Sonic-related collection. Maybe they'll even bring in some stuff that's really obscure, like Sonic Advance or Pocket Adventure.
Please,
which is actually
Sonic
funny.
Advance. Please, Sonic Advance.
Which is, you know what? It's also funny because I think back to, the possibility of Sonic Pocket Adventure being part of this collection. It also correlates with, an actual
Oh, you're
canon.
just going to deal with it.
Well,
I
this
realized
is a new
I realized
god,
I didn't
so.
show it off. So now let's show off fighting the snake. What was its name? I lost track already.
Skulls.
Ceres or something? I don't know. We already fought Sorrow and Cernus, but yeah, now we fight the serpent.
Oh yeah, totally not Orochi.
We have to be careful though. Yeah, it is a kind of Orochi, but we have to be careful because each of its heads can now have its own individual sight.
Uh-oh.
So let's just move over to Franklin carefully. But
Uh-oh.
and then he's in front of us now, so I'm going to be very careful.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. That is not leaving much to work with.
Well, it's
Yeah,
three
we have to-
heads. What'd you expect?
We have to hope for him to turn the other way and
4 heads.
four
I
heads.
could have
but
sworn it
either
was
way,
3.
no, either way, we'll just wait for him to go his merry way.
But,
and,
anyway, what
stop
was I about to
looking
say?
this direction.
It's
You guys are
funny.
talking about the Sonic stuff, yeah.
It's funny I bring up Sonic Pocket Adventure as being a possibility for that collection because, not that long ago, I mean, probably the biggest, thing of, holy shit, I didn't see this coming, I've heard in a while. SNK, through the Neo Geo Pocket Collection sort of thingy, are releasing SNK Cross versus Capcom onto the Switch.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Match
Wait,
of the Millennium.
seriously? That's awesome. I love
Yep.
that game. I want that. Now. Give it to me. Now.
Oh, Matt,
He's
are
not
you...
supposed to be going this
Oh, Matt,
close.
oh,
this sucks.
that's bullshit.
I know, and for that I lose some experience points.
Anyway, what were you saying? What?
I mean, Ned, have you actually played Match of the Millennium?
No. I have not played... Well, okay. I tried playing it once. And it was
Okay,
a
so
long time ago.
That's
Okay,
fair.
so I could.
Also,
I
just
gotta
realized
recover some
it
of
looks
but-
like you need to clean up Franklin a bit.
Yeah, I gotta do that before I can start flying with him. Continue.
But yeah, no, just, that bit of news is honestly kind of surprised to me considering, again, it's a crossover, it's another one of Capcom's crossover sort of things, so I didn't think they would be able to actually get away with, having that be released on
Can you send
release,
that
but,
to me, by the way?
Uh,
Like that news to me?
oh, sure. I'll do
Okay.
that after we're done with the session, but,
No
yeah,
worries.
that all aside, I am very much curious to see if, lightning strikes twice, and this guy's claims regarding Sonic's 30th anniversary plans do ring true.
I'm down for it if so. Oh, hang on. There's actually some important lore over here.
Oh?
This is what I was looking for. If anyone was wondering why I just went in a weird direction, is we want to learn about this place in particular. And I mean, I like the idea of discovering your own story, but I will agree. I wish sometimes that there weren't. Excuse me. I wish that there wasn't. I wish that I didn't have to. I wish that not all this cool story was optional, because I feel like it could lead to people losing out on the experience otherwise. So there's something known as the Mask of the Ancients back in this temple. Let's see. I know my path might enter, but I wish the Pathfinder put more effort into solving the puzzle. So there was another man that these guys followed, known as the Pathfinder, who would take them down the one true path.
The Pathfinder
Everything for the
and
one
his
true path.
The Pathfinder and his rival, the Dungeons and Dragons.
But as we're seeing here, the Spirit Mask is not to be worn by those who force their way forward. The tall ones know their due time, and those who would see like them must know the same. Because the issue is that, as we're about to see here, is that there were booby traps.
Oh.
And the Pathfinder seemed to not care too much for his followers and let them go into this... He basically, there was a puzzle to be solved, but the Pathfinder instead just let his followers throw themselves to the traps.
So basically, he just pulled some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yep. Okay, so the lowest one has to show Sorrow. Or is he? Nope. That's Ceres. Yes, okay. The middle one should show Cernus. Hi, you have any thoughts on the Sonic collections?
It'd be
Or just
neat.
the news, or just the news in
it's-
general.
Excuse me?
Or just the news, or just the, insight in general.
I'd probably have to go back and recheck it because I did, forget some aspects of it. If I seem a little bit distracted, it's because I'm also working on... So another thing I've been seeing, a couple of my friends in the community it's kind of related to something we talked about in the last part. So a bunch of like some of my friends in like the community were making these like templates for like not like their predictions, but more like their a hypothetical dreamcast of who they would have as the new actors. And don't worry, in the template they have Mike as Eggman as default.
Well, considering the news now.
Yeah.
The Pathfinder went insane, it looks like.
Oh.
Poor thing. But it's like, and yeah, I've basically just been like sharing like the sharing the cast I made with that template, and it's kind of given me a reminder that like considering the reception I'm getting so far, I probably would not make good money as a voice director.
I mean, I think you do a decent enough job with what you know from it.
Well, I just mean like there are a lot of people that were like kind of. Well, keep in mind the people that I showed you, they're more familiar with like anime voice acting as opposed to like traditional American voice acting, so they're not really familiar with some of the choices that I made.
Fair. And yeah, so those last little bits we saw is that something known as the Spirit Mask, when worn, not like our Spirit Mask, but a different Spirit Mask, something happened. This Pathfinder decided to enter the Mask Shrine and wear this mask, knowing that any man who wears this mask will be forever like cursed or forever scorned with knowledge of the world that mortal man should never know.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, it's leading up to something that like is kind of an obvious, like Matt already is gonna have some snarky remark of, I wonder who the Pathfinder could be now.
Yep.
Just like that.
It would be interesting if a certain Mr. Troy Baker was the Pathfinder, but I don't think that's possible.
I thought it was Nolan North who voiced it, or was it?
No, we confirmed it was Troy.
No, it was Troy.
Yeah, it's Troy.
Okay. Am I getting my three?
You made the joke about it in the very first part.
I just want to make sure. Sometimes I get my 3 male voice actors in the industry confused.
What you thought was Troy Baker? You thought it was Troy Baker, but it was me, Matthew Mercer.
You thought it was Matthew Mercer, but it was I.
No.
Grant George.
The other one. The other one.
Yes.
I like how you completely forgot that you just mentioned Nolan North.
I would love if Troy Baker, Matthew Mercer. No, it was Troy Baker, Nolan North, and who was the third one? Was it Matthew Mercer?
Yeah, Matthew Mercer.
I would love if Troy Baker, Nolan North showed up, and then Matthew Mercer also arrived but introduced himself, and me, the other one.
Well, I was about to say, I do know that apparently, unless it's, I don't know if it's still going on, but Troy and Nolan did have a gaming channel.
They stopped it. Unfortunately, Troy left the channel after a while.
Was it for business reasons or?
I think both business and personal. I can't remember though.
I would just assume he probably didn't have the time for it.
I need to find a weight.
I mean, it is what it is. But,
Stop. Wait a minute. Oh my god, put the liquor in it.
I was about to say, like, I was joking and saying Grant George, because I know he's been, like, there's been, like, a few roles where he's kind of picked up Troy's slack. Like, the one, I forget the name. It was one of the Tales of games.
Tales of Vesperia, yeah. Honestly, not going to lie, I get Grant George. He's a great actor, but if you want a Nolan North replacement, Matthew Mercer 100%. Because he has the literal... I call him the voice clone of Troy Baker. Specifically in that, he replaced Troy in the, what game was it? In,
Persona 4?
Yeah, Persona 4, specifically the anime, and I could not fucking tell. Like, you cannot tell that that he replaced Troy.
Well, would you say that it was, like, more glaring when Grant took his voice for Tales?
A little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, Grant did a good job. Like, I think he did an incredible job. But you could tell that there was a difference between Troy Baker cadence and Grant George cadence. Like, Troy Baker had, like... I don't know how to explain it.
Alright, let's go there.
Woo! Watch it be revealed that Grant's gonna be the new SBO.
I mean, might as well.
Could you see? I think we were already talking about this the other day. Who do you think if they were to like?
Oh yeah. Also, wait a minute. Didn't Matthew Mercer replace Troy as SBO?
Yeah. In fact, honestly, like he voiced him more than Troy did.
Yeah. So, and again, a lot of people probably didn't realize that because Matthew Mercer is the fucking voice clone of Troy Baker.
Although I will definitely say the change between Troy's SBO and Matthew's SBO were pretty fucking obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of was.
I was about to say, like, Matthews was a little bit higher. Not by much, but just a little.
You think so? I thought it was deeper.
Well, it sounded... I remember Troy's being the one that sounded a bit deeper.
No, his was pretty more... His seemed a little more soft-spoken. I mean, granted, all I really have to go off of is when you rescue him in Generations, so I guess that really wouldn't mean an awful lot.
But yeah, what were you about to ask, Logan?
I was saying, like, just to keep this conversation going, because, yeah, we're almost, I just need to do this quick puzzle. No, Franklin, put it down.
Keep it there. Keep it steady.
Because this is the last one I need. I said this is the last.
No, I guess if I could say one thing regarding, we could just move this along to a slightly different tangent, but, like, it is still fun to me that in the grand scheme of things, they got a lot more use out of Keith Silverstein as Vector more than the other two Chaotix members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that, like, well, first off, it just has to do with the fact that Vector in general, they just kind of like using a lot of. And I get that there's a meta reason why, because Vector technically is one of the oldest characters in the series.
Let alone the leader of the Chaotix.
Can I actually please make a controversial statement?
You don't like Vector?
No. I like Vector. I love Vector. I love the Chaotix in general. My controversial statement is they have the best theme song in Sonic Heroes.
I'm not gonna deny that.
I do
you
like
the Chaotix theme?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the only one of the four I immediately remember.
No. Theme song, as in like how each one has like a rock theme song or stuff like that.
Oh, you mean like? Oh, you just like the soundtrack in general?
No, oh my god, never mind. I'll show you
No,
guys after we record.
When I think of the Chaotix theme, I'm thinking of
the vocal themes.
That's what I'm saying.
The vocal themes.
That's what
you just mean the vocal themes in general.
Yeah, and that's what I was humming.
I guess.
Okay. I honestly,
it's what plays during
just
the credits,
to let you know, just to let you know, I'm also fucking sick right now, so my brain is hurting. So yeah.
Well, let's buckle it up, boys, because this is the last tower to finally take down the Snake Man, whose name I forgot. I'm googling up what the name of this Snake Man is.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of amazing we've been able to keep ourselves, entertained up to this point.
Oh, shush! It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, I also find it more amusing that we've been able to get this done in such quicker time than the other two.
By the way, I do apologize.
I'm getting better at I'm getting better at prioritizing where to go. And don't forget, we did do one tower last session.
That is
true.
So I will start a little bit of the last god area before we end today's session.
By the way,
so soon.
By the way, can I just say?
Oh, Nemu, that was its name. Thank you. Continue.
Nimue. Can I just say that "Oh Shush" was the most genuine one I have ever heard in my entire life, especially coming from you, Logan.
Really? I could have sworn I've said that a couple times.
No. Just it's the most genuine one. Like incredibly genuine.
Because I like this game and I strongly do recommend people try it, but at the same time I agree where James is coming from, where like it's the same reason why we talked about and we ultimately decided that we really couldn't do a full commentary of Breath of the Wild justice given its runtime and what 90% of the gameplay of it amounts to.
You mean
to be fair, in Breath of the Wild's defense, at least it's, coming from a franchise that we could have a lot to talk about. Whereas with the Pathless, it's kind of, well, first off, it's a pretty fresh franchise.
Correct.
Well, fresh game, anyway.
Yeah.
And, that wears its inspirations on its sleeve like a fucking champ. But other than that, it's like there's only so much we can talk about the game at large before it starts to feel a little repetitive.
I know something we can talk about. Hey guys, wouldn't it be really stupid if this game never existed because I don't know, Nintendo tried to patent the entire mechanics of what made Breath of the Wild its own thing?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. So
they couldn't even get away with that considering the fact that they weren't even the ones that originated it.
Yeah,
right,
no,
but yeah, so we can talk about that. So there's a series that Warner Brothers produces for the Lord of the Rings called Mordor or Shadow Mordor or something. I never played the second game, but I did see a lot of the first game, and I thought it was neat.
Apparently, the second game started out rough, but eventually got really good.
And for you, Hype, the first Shadow Mordor game basically is. Honestly, if I was looking at to kind of help give Hype some give Hype some relevancy to this, is that Shadow Mordor basically is Lord of the Rings with Arkham combat.
That's neat.
Yeah, no, and it's great. However, one of the things that Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War did was this thing called the Nemesis system. Is where if a certain, like, all of the enemies in the game, imagine if the goons you fight in the Batman game, in the Batman games, the one that takes you down is promoted. And when you are resurrected or respawn, that enemy now becomes one of your nemesis. He becomes an enemy
fight,
of yours.
like...
Yeah, and he's
hang
promoted,
on.
and because he's promoted, he's now a like bigger threat and all that.
Right. Oh, and I'm gonna quickly chime in. You guys can keep talking about it, but I'm chiming in that we're gonna be going into the next boss fight against Nimue this time. Who?
Nimue.
It's a Nimue.
In the jar.
But no, it is
Got it.
pronounced Nimue. I've seen
God, I
that
love being
name
an
before.
idiot. All right, so
Oh,
we fight him in a good old lava bath.
In case you're
Huh.
wondering, Nimue is the official name of the Lady of the Lake who gave Arthur Excalibur.
I'm pretty sure her
Oh.
name was Amy.
Ha 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 ha.
so this just gave me a really scary thought. Imagine if we ever fought a Goma with 4 heads.
I would love that. I mean, having a giant like bug like that would be kind of neat. So, the gimmick behind Nimue is, so far it's pretty short and sweet to the point. You know, shoot the heads as they try to attack us. But as Matt so clearly pointed to the illusion of it when we first saw Nimue,
It's a hydra.
yeah. So
Orochi.
the fact what we just did, Franklin's gonna try his best, but ain't gonna stay down.
Oh!
No!
Franklin, no!
Oh, but don't worry,
Franklin,
Franklin.
yes.
Oh crap, Franklin's trapped.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
meanwhile,
okay, now we're gonna have to really, like, slaughter this thing.
And
in
now,
this
and
war.
now we,
Nimoy's pissed.
and now we have literally a scene from the Hercules movie.
You fool!
Fool, I have over 70 alternative accounts.
Now, how many heads? I don't think it was 8 head. Did the Hydra famously have 8 heads? I thought it was more.
The Hydra eventually is just whatever head was cut off. However, there is one thing that has 8 heads. Orochi no Yamato.
Oh yeah, that's what James was talking about. Orochi,
Yeah.
who we managed to. Oh, hang on, we gotta move. Who didn't they stop? Didn't they like defeat him by like forcing it to like get drunk?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Man,
I
that
know.
would've been a-
I know my Shinto mythology, and yes, they did do that.
Man, wouldn't that have been a funny way to beat Orochi in the first chapter of Okami?
No kidding. Well, to be fair, that's exactly what you had to do.
Oh, you actually had to get him drunk.
Can I just say,
yeah,
I
you gotta- You had to get him
love
drunk.
I loved Orochi in that game specifically because every single head had a different helmet that represented a different Japanese warlord.
Really?
I love that.
It's if only that game was not so long. Like I would love to like look at that game, especially its HD release on the Switch.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If we are going to do that game for the channel, and I honestly wouldn't mind doing it for the channel, we would have to separate into like 3 separate playthroughs. Because
fair.
each chapter literally is about as long as a typical run that we would do.
Oh boy.
It is crazy, like generous how much that game. Who developed that game again? Was
Platinum. It was back
was
when they were known
Platinum?
as Clover.
Well, yeah, pretty much their prototypes. The Clover
By the
Studios.
way, this is Orochi in that game, and see each head is a different.
I guess I'll have to put it up on the screen now. But yeah,
Should
By the way, so,
Franklin.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'll just
God,
say
that's-
that.
babe!
Save the burb, save the burb.
We're gonna have to work on that a bit because it's getting a little bit dicey here, and I don't think that little. Oh, it's really mad again still.
This thing
And,
doesn't know how to die.
And now the bath is overflowing. So,
Oh, God.
Yeah, not gonna lie, not for nothing, this feels like the most drawn out of the fights so far.
Honestly, the last one was more drawn out in my opinion.
Ow. Because yeah, like the last one, like we barely were doing a lot of fight. Like this one, we are getting pretty close to the end. And I love you say drawn out. I like to say dense, like deep, has a lot of like.
Yeah.
Stuff to it?
Honestly, okay. Can I mention the Shadow of Mordor thing?
Oh,
Oh
boy.
fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Continue.
So, just to let you know that Nemesis system and all that, now it is a unspoken yet actually legal rule in video gaming that you cannot patent game mechanics. Because game mechanics, while they can be unique, one of the things about gaming is that it's all about innovation. It's all about innovating mechanics and all.
Well, yeah, using the same mechanic. It's
Right.
it'd be like if Nintendo patented jumping.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
Mario can jump. Also, we're gonna freaking do the whole yabba dabba do on it. So hooah!
And also, fun fact, it is technically illegal to patent. So somebody was fucking paid off.
And because Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system, and apparently everyone's okay with it.
No, nobody's okay with it.
But I mean, like everyone in the legal system's okay with it.
Yeah.
We're
Give it time. Someone will try to fight him off.
Nimue.
Hey.
It's a cobra.
It's a cobra.
No, God, imagine this thing talked like that.
Thank you for saving me!
Please don't.
No.
I was
Please
honestly
leave.
gonna be all, thank you for securing my lunch.
Thank-
And he just eats Franklin.
just a quick.
And then she takes the light arrow and then stabs him with it.
Thank you for releasing me, but I gotta go.
But I've gotta go.
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
So with that, this is the last of the Great Plains. All that's left is the great large region to the north that houses the last tall one that
Can
we
I
have
just
to
say-
free from corruption.
I find it funny that we just saw an ancient rune of, the snake god, and it was in the Orochi form.
Yeah, like right there. Like,
That's-
well, I get.
No, not that. Earlier,
it
is a walkway or stairs that was shaped like a snake, but you could totally tell it was not Nimue. It was the Orochi.
Clearly something here is happening where we're seeing all these architecture being built in the corrupted forms, but now we're bringing it to light, and let's see what new power we get from Nimue. So we get
Another feather, obviously.
well, of course, yeah, we always get that, and then we'll head over there. We get another flaps will recharge
Chains of Nimue.
faster. Okay, so it allows us to it basically means I don't have to wait as long to get more flaps, which is gonna be perfect for me because we're heading into I'll be honest and say what the hell.
What is this?
This is like bonus stuff. So this is actually how many. This is the same in every other area. If I really cared about going for 100%, this is how many This is how many tokens, jiggies that I could have gotten still.
Oh.
So that's how you track it. And again, I do enjoy this game, but I'm not going to do all the 100% because again,
I
it would basically be
will.
more of this. Then go for it. Again, I strongly recommend this game. It's a really, really nice
Well,
looking.
this is definitely looking more
well-controlled
pretty
game.
now.
Yeah.
I think I've already
Nice
said,
place.
I know I've said this before, but it's still funny to me thinking just how similar this game's mechanics are to what's eventually going to, well, at this point, is Bowser's Fury.
But,
Yeah, which.
Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, holy
anyway,
crap! As of recording this, we got less than a week to go, man.
And,
So-
and you want to know the sad part is, people have already broken the street date and are leaking it like mad.
Because
there's already a
internet.
video.
No,
There's a video on YouTube already.
because it's less to do about the internet and more just the matter. Well, okay, internet definitely is a large part of it, but it's more so the fact that people who were given review copies are abusing their power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and as we've seen, there are some stores that just are really willing to take that chance and tank the relationship with Nintendo just to be able to say,
Honestly-
"Hey, we released this game first. Buy it from
Honestly,
us."
considering how pissy people are being at Nintendo, I wouldn't be surprised if they purposely did just out of spite to them.
I would love if Nintendo one day, just to punk everybody, they have a really dumb joke or a really dumb inaccurate thing in one of the review copies, just in case if anybody tried to in case anyone tried to break the street date, it would just name their username to something.
Are you
childish,
talking about the Mario Party DS anti-piracy screen?
You're right. No, but just in general, I just would love if they had something just so that you know how you remember how those anti-piracy thing of there'd be forums of people going, hey, I can't turn off my camera. Is anyone wondering why? And that would be the point where people realize that means you didn't buy the game legally. That means you.
No.
It means you broke. I wish they did more stuff
Hold
like
on.
that.
It
Just to get egg
reminds
on everyone's face.
It reminds me of how one of my favorite anti-piracy things that happened was when Far Cry 4 was released, and on PC people were complaining about how they couldn't change the ratio. And it was like,
Yep.
hey, why can't we change the ratio? And literally people are asking on Twitter, and Ubisoft just replied, oh, don't worry, that just means you didn't buy the game.
Yeah, I know. So why can't I change it?
People are dense. Okay, I'm also gonna ask. We do have a cutscene coming up,
Oh,
so we're just gonna get into this grand thing because we're finally climbing this big tower we've been seeing throughout our adventure so far.
holy
as
mackerel.
we turned off each of the God Slayer's seals, preventing us from reaching the farthest regions
Oh,
of the
so
North
wait,
Mountains.
is this effectively like the final area of the game?
This is the final big hub area, but consider it more like the penultimate chapter.
I was
Okay.
about to say, like, there's... no, it's like I'm not gonna suggest it.
And we landed on a giant banjo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Kind of looks
God
like
Slayer.
kind of looks like one of those what do you call those kinds of drums with the rings on them? Oh,
Oh, tambourine?
tambourine, yeah.
Kivator, Shike Kiva Shazu, Jashike.
Give me the bird.
You will give me a bird. You are not having Franklin?
Oh, okay, here, I can give you this bird right here.
I just like, I'll give you this bird right here. Cute. And uses the force to rip the finger off. He would do that, you know it.
Well, of course.
Oop.
He has no time for shit like that. Oh, jeez.
He's quick.
Is this like a scripted loss here?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Because he is way too strong.
Oof.
Some like me will wish to see the world burn.
No.
If you harm a feather on his beautiful head.
I have to follow.
Well, and Franklin's just looking at us like, how could you?
Oh! He took one of our flaps!
Oh. Why the flaps?
So he wants to become a god.
But I thought you were a god slayer.
I think he wants to become the one true god.
So he
Become
can
the
slay
one-
himself.
He's called right there. So he wants to slay the tall ones because he wants to give humanity the one true path they need. Because yeah, man, I mean we're gonna learn about it in another little lore place, but yeah. All this time he was the Pathfinder. Who
Oh, surprising.
and
This
we
man's
gotta
absolutely fucking nobody.
I saw it coming. I can't see a thing.
Said Franklin.
Franklin
he's not
sound
he's
like
a
an
bird,
old
he's an
man.
eagle, not a bat.
Well, at least he's still fine and well.
Yay.
Mama?
Looking at the way this golden eagle is drawn, it almost reminds me of the way that the eagle in Brother Bear was drawn.
Oh yeah.
Either that or oh you know what? It was either there's the path that'll take us up to the giant nest. But we need to get the youngest, strongest child who was the bear, because why not?
Stop bear.
Why is the youngest the strongest again?
I don't know. 'Cause he's not old and frail.
Fair.
But anyway, I'm also thinking of I don't know if it had a name, but the giant eagle in Rescuers Down Under.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah,
Oh,
I
the
don't
one by
remember his name.
the one that was voiced by I'm trying to remember his name. Mr.
It
Tandy.
talked?
No, he's talking about the eagle.
Oh, the eagle. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
not
the
the-
gold
not the
eagle
eagle hunter.
The gold eagle. Yeah, no, that thing. Wasn't that just what's his face? Frank Welker?
It,
I
it
could
might be for
imagine
all
it,
I know.
But I was just thinking of I was just thinking that the way Franklin was drawn, like some of the frames and stuff when I see it in motion, it reminds me of that golden eagle. But yeah, so in any case, we just have one last tall one, the bear, to cure, and then we can continue on to the final area of the game and stop the Pathfinder from achieving godhood and royally screwing over the planet.